Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Incompetent Nerds. I'm your host, Mark, who has been gone for 3 weeks and back always with the lovely Tank. Sorry, I hit some markers. That was unintentional. We are incompetent after all. Uh, Welcome, guys, to the last show of April 2019.
Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you're back. How was
Yes.
uh how was Italy?
Uh, it was amazing, man. I won't say. I'll save some of the stories and stuff for later episodes. As I'm sure they'll get divulged, but yeah, it was awesome, man. I got to some highlights. I got to see where my great grandparents are buried. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got to make pasta with an Italian grandma who didn't speak any English, so that was fun. Um,
Was there a lot of yelling in that kitchen?
no, she was like the calmest lady I've ever met, which is like leads me to. She's not a grandma yet though, officially, because her son is not married.
Okay.
So we'll see. But she is a little. She does have a Facebook page, so
She's
we'll
up there
put
with
the
the other
link.
grandmas.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description. um, and then I drove, which was like the big highlight. And driving through Italy in a different country, it's an experience. They gave me an SUV, so
Wow, okay.
I can't believe Hertz did that to me. Uh,
I wanted to ask, what are the cities you checked out?
what are the cities? So landed in Rome. Um, flying through Swiss Airlines was awesome. They give you chocolate on every flight.
Oh,
That's a
nice.
yeah. Um, so we went to landed in Rome. We spent the weekends in Rome, like the flight we got there and the flight before we head back. So that was fun.
Nice.
Then we went to Naples. Didn't really like Naples because it was very unsafe. Imagine downtown Chicago or downtown LA and like multiply that by five, just because of the traffic, the trash, and the people.
Yeah.
Just to give you some context, there was a guy shooting up heroin on our walk up to our Airbnb. So that's when we decided, like, maybe we shouldn't stay here. So we went to the countryside instead. But then we checked out Pompeii, went over to Bari, which was where my grandmother was from.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see the old ladies there because they very much are like my grandma in how they dress and act and walk. So that was pretty cool. Um, and then we went back to Sorrento, Salerno. All those like pictures of the Amalfi Coast, the blue waters, the hilly
Yeah.
cities. But those are very like that's the Beverly Hills of southern Italy. And then back to Rome.
Oh, nice. Any well, I did see some of your photos, but any other like certain sites, like holy sites or ancient sites, for example. I
Dude,
think you went to the Colosseum, right?
yeah, we went to the Coliseum. We took like a walking tour, so like we saw all the normal landmarks. But then like the pasta class with the lady was like different. We toured Pompeii, which is like that's just awesome to be there in general.
Yeah.
Um, what else did we do? We walked through downtown Bari or Old Bari. But dude, the craziest part is like when you're driving or like walking and you come across these small towns, like the churches there are just like giant and immaculate and like beautiful. And I even asked our guide, like he was talking about churches and he was pointing them out. I was like, hey, can we go in this one? And he's like, yeah, you don't want to go in there, it's under construction.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's okay, I want to see it. And it's like it's the aesthetic. So he's like, all right, go ahead. So we walk in there and it's like 18 stories, like the freaking the centerpiece is like all painted like all over the place. I'm like, you didn't want to come in here because it was under construction? Like, bro, like
It's amazing.
the biggest church you've ever seen. And then, but it's crazy because then at our last day we saw the Sistine Chapel and the Vatican and all that, and
Yeah.
I was just like, that was crazy to be in.
I was gonna lead down to that. Like, did you go since in Rome where you're gonna go check out the Vatican City?
Yeah, of course. I can't get your passport stamped there. Sad times. So I got postcards. Smallest city, smallest country in the world, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I did get some pictures. We'll get to the dare in a second, but yeah, we did check out the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica, the square, and then it was cool when I got back. I actually saw pictures of my grandma and this like in the square too. So that was cool to think it's just like been there so long.
Yeah.
Just the history of it. It's like everything's old there. Not like anything in America at all.
Oh, of course. Especially how ancient Italy is, Rome and all those other
Yeah,
cities.
Rome itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think of like,
Yeah. Rome wasn't built in a day, but
yeah, all the stereotypes. It's like Rome was one of the first cities ever. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man.
so did you do as the Romans when you went into Rome?
I don't even know what that means.
It was
What
a
is
saying in the past is when in Rome, do as the Romans, but when in Greece, don't do as the Greeks.
it was the biggest difficult, when they always say like, "Oh, I want to be a local," right? Or
Yeah.
like things like that. I did not feel that way at all because I like the locals were they were always like stressed to like drive in. They were always like in a hurry. It's like it was very like city like.
Yeah.
That was like, I get what they mean, but it's like I there's a lot of tourists in Rome,
Mm-hmm.
and in some places that's okay with me because I'm like I'm okay with certain stuff, but then when you get lost, that's when you like sort of uncover the cool stuff.
Oh yeah.
But you can't get lost on purpose, you know? Like
No.
you can't take a tour and be like, "Okay, guys, now we're gonna get lost now." Like, you have to like you have to find a balance between, taking tours and go off and exploring on your own. But when we did explore on our own, those like smaller cities, that's when it's like you just stumble into a church and like, oh, it's like 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like this is cool.
That
So
was like me when I was in DC, and I literally did get lost, but I wasn't worried about it, and I wanted to stumble upon Theodore Roosevelt's Island, thinking I didn't have time. And then sure enough, oh crap, I'm literally right here in Theodore Roosevelt's Island. Might as well
yeah,
go check it out.
yeah, and I was gonna say thanks because we took the subway because we parked the car. We didn't drive the car at all
Yeah.
around in the city, and then we took the subway. And I was like, I didn't know how to read the subway until I met you because like I had never taken it before. And then when you came to LA, I showed you how to use the subway. But
Oh yeah.
you were like, yeah, man, you gotta check out the subway. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
You're
But
welcome.
yeah, it came clutch. It came through clutch.
It's good to hear, man. So, did you take any pictures
Yes.
with
So
random strangers?
yes. So the problem was I told Lakin about the dare. She did not want to keep taking pictures of me with random people.
It just needs to be
So
like one or two. It didn't need to be like 20 or 400.
I wanted it to be 20 or 400, but she wouldn't let me. So what I did get was I got a picture with two individuals from the Italian army.
Oh, nice.
Because in Rome they have a bunch of military officers posted up everywhere because they don't want a terrorist attack to happen.
Of course.
So anywhere there's tourists, there you're gonna like find them in like a square, a courtyard, near a monument, anything. Um, an old lady in Bari who gave us sold us like they're polenta fries, but they're the equivalent of like French fries, you know.
Yeah.
So she was very old but very sweet, and so we got a picture with her. And then towards the end of the vacation, I was like, oh, I don't have enough pictures. So at the Vatican, I took a bunch of selfies of me and the statues. So all those I'll put all those up in an album. Um, yeah, that was it was a fun side project, I guess if you call it, because the you don't realize like there's a lot of people who are different, but then most people just wake up, go into a job, like doing the same stuff we do, and it's like we're
Yep.
just like, oh, this is so interesting, but it's not, you know.
It's pretty interesting. Glad you went. Glad you had a good time.
Hmm.
It was something. It seems like it was well needed.
Yeah,
How long
yeah.
was that flight? Like from
Oh,
L.A. to? Did you? How many?
LA to Zurich, that
Okay.
was 11 hours.
Zurich. Zurich is in Germany.
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
And then Zurich to Rome was like an hour and a half. Wasn't that long. Uh, the only problem is those flights get delayed a lot, like the Europe to Europe flights, because all
Yeah.
the planes get backed up, then like you miss one, then you miss the other. So that wasn't a problem, but yeah, we spent a few hours in the Zurich airport because of that. But LAX to Zurich was 11 hours, and then on the way back, we did Rome to Munich. That's in Germany,
Yeah.
and then Munich to Denver, which is the most obscure flight that like you could ever get on. Everybody on that flight was literally 50-50. They were either immigrants from Europe visiting America, right,
Yeah.
or people from America traveling back from Europe. I met like a mom from Kansas City. I met like some guy who lived in Phoenix. I met like people from all over the place, and they were just all going to different. Nobody was going to Denver.
Yeah, it's like Hey, what's in Denver? Omelet. I'm not there.
An
I'm
airport.
actually heading home.
Exactly, an airport. That's what's in Denver. Yeah, that was an obscure flight, and then Denver to LA. But the crazy part about that flight was we were 30 minutes late because some computer wouldn't turn on. That like made me suspicious. But that flight was also 11 hours, so it's not like you save any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the computer didn't turn on. We were all 30 40 minutes late. All of our planes left.
Yeah.
Like everybody missed their flight.
Shit.
So we all had to go through customs. We all had to get back in line. United had to rebook us on our flights. And then it was just like, oh, now we got to go through TSA again. Because once you get back into America, you go through TSA again. And then we're like, okay, now we finally are going to get home at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So wasn't a fun day of traveling. My one tip is spend the money, fly nonstop, stop as least amount of places as possible.
Yeah. Any tips on what's it called? When you change time zones.
Oh, dude, jet lag. Oh,
there you go. Any tips on jet lag? How was that?
Oh my gosh, stories on stories. Thank you for asking all these questions because I never would have thought of them. So on the way there, it was kind of easy because we got to the airport, we had dinner, we had dessert. We're like, okay, we're gonna Swiss fed us again, so we had like 2 dinners. But then it's like, okay, try to sleep a little bit, and then you wake up and you start your day. And it was cool because Swiss, since it was a big plane, they literally went over the loudspeaker and they're like, everybody please shut your blinds.
Yeah. Right.
So everybody could sleep, and they got pillows and blankets and everything. I tried to sleep the best I could. I'm not a big, I don't know, just I'm a light sleeper. So any ambient noise, I'm up, So I only slept a couple hours, but then when we landed in Zurich, it was like evening. It was like 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we'll eat it, because we had dinner and then we had breakfast on the plane, and then so we were like, okay, well let's eat. So we had lunch. And then we got into Rome, and then we were hungry again, so we ate. So getting through that one, the first one, I would say food was the biggest helpfulness, and trying to sleep, even though you don't really sleep.
Yeah.
Just trying to sleep helped, because that's your normal routine. And then on the way back, it was hard because people had their windows open and closed, and they didn't regulate anything. But we ate twice, but it was weird because we got back at night and the same day, so it felt like we were traveling for over 24 hours. So I got home, I went to bed, right?
Yeah.
Monday was terrible. I didn't eat that well. I was dying by like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, like, it's okay, you're just tired, you had a long day, like, you're gonna get through it, right? But then the next day, Tuesday, not only did I go to bed at 6 p.m., I woke up on Wednesday and I was like, I want a cheeseburger. Like, I straight up want to eat dinner right now. So that was bad. Yeah, that old, like, Wednesday, I was like, what day is it? What time? What am I feeling right now? But after that, it was okay. So I guess on the way back, you just have to, like, drink a lot of water, eat your meals normally, and then when you go to bed, like, try to go to bed with the same amount of sleep you would have got if you were still like in your destination,
Yeah.
So that was a lot. I didn't think it was real, bro, until it happened to me, because I was like, people don't know what they're talking about.
Exactly. I never traveled outside the states, so I wouldn't know jet lag. But I do question a lot of folks who do. A boy of mine's instantly had jet lag. They were too excited and they couldn't go to sleep. They were from Chicago to Japan, straight flight. Once they got to Tokyo, checked in. I think it was like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. They were supposed to meet with their tour guide. They never met with the tour guide because as soon as they booked into their hotels, they crashed.
Oh,
Instantly crashed. Um, then they woke up the next morning like, okay, that helped. They woke up next morning. Oh, okay, we're fine. They ate dinner, but it was like how you said it. Everything was fine when they were there.
hmm
Coming back home,
yeah.
he pulled you like he went to work. Literally, he came back home. I think it was Sunday. He came back home Saturday, had that Sunday break, and went to work Monday.
Right.
When he came home, he said he couldn't sleep. Like
hmm
he fell asleep at 3 a.m. to wake up Sunday like around fucking I think he said like 12, 1, 2.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
then when he was trying to get his body back to normal, it wasn't working. So when I seen him Monday, I'm like, hey bro, how was Japan? Don't fucking talk to me right now. I'm like, you should never came in. He goes, I know. He was
yeah.
suffering from
That,
jet lag.
exactly. Yeah, you don't think it's gonna hit you at all, but it worked. It's because like when you lose a day, that's okay. You know,
Yeah.
you can go to sleep because like your body. I was thinking about it, your body can go to sleep and then wake up at 4 o'clock, and you're like, okay, my day's ruined, but like I still slept.
Yeah.
But when you go to bed at like 10 a.m. or try to go to bed, sleep for till 2 p.m., eat two meals, and then land, and it's only like 4 o'clock, and you're like, what is happening? But you spent like all day.
Yeah. This is why I can't wait for SpaceX to be a thing. And where I think what was it? One flight from like New York to like Tokyo will be like half hour to an hour. Jet lag will be a thing
Yeah.
in the past.
Well, even if like a plane can fly at like 50,000 feet instead of like 30, it's like you can get to LA to London in like 4 hours, and
Yes.
that's like that'll change the game.
No, that would definitely change the game. That's why I'm just waiting for SpaceX to be a thing, and jet lag will be a thing in the past for folks. Well, I don't know about that. It'll be weird because now you got to change the time clock. It's like, okay, it's 12 o'clock here, but in freaking, Italy, it's
Yeah,
what,
it's 9 hours,
9 hours
9 p.m.
ahead. So it's like, all right, cool. It's 12 o'clock here in Chicago, but it's 9 p.m. over there, and that flight from here using SpaceX is an hour. By the time I get there, it's like, damn it, it's noontime for me,
Yep,
but it's 9 o'clock
exactly.
for y'all. I might as well just go out drinking, get fucked up. Hopefully, I pass out. Maybe that might help.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was a trip for sure.
Well, I'm glad you had your time. You enjoyed it. While you were gone, I was over here working.
Yeah, I kept up. You had two guests on. I
Hmm.
was thinking about this. Is it something about Logan Square, or just you who like you only know people who rap?
It's I want to say it's mostly me. I don't know people who rap or sing.
Not that I
Uh,
got tired of the guests at
yeah,
all, but I'm just
it
saying,
was just who I knew.
and who you knew, right?
Yeah, it's who you know. It's not
Yeah.
what you know. It's who you know.
Yeah.
Um, like when you like I knew phenomenal since I was a teen, like late teens, 16, 17. Been knowing him for some time, and y'all two energy was pretty. Y'all both of y'all energy was higher than mine. So I'm like, might as well just have Mark just do all the talking, because especially when when you guys called you whatever because of your
The cusp.
the cusp. Yeah, you guys were just going bonkers. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell a cusp is, but okay. They're having a great old time. Then, um, then when I was interviewing, Aaron, me and him went through the program. That's how we knew each other.
hmm
We were really cool. We were cool people in the beginning. Um, and throughout our time through the program we were going through, it was like, okay, we were the real cool guys, and we kept in touch. We see each other every now and then, say what's up. He's a good guy. Um, like his music, especially his music video Dogs. It's I enjoyed that music video Dogs. It was hilarious, and even when I was talking to him about it, it looked like he was having a ball. And he was like, it was cold that night. And they had some problems when trying to film at certain locations. Either some
Yeah,
people,
oh yeah.
some random
Like,
folks would
we
come
were in
in.
the car. Don't.
Yeah.
Car between takes. That was funny. That made me laugh.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I know like what it's like between takes. It's like reset the camera, reset the lights, reset the people, reset
Yeah.
the stuff.
Especially
It's
if it's
like it's
like,
cold outside. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the car too.
yeah, it's like it's fucking cold as balls, bro. I'm not trying to stay out here or having problems when trying to film. And you got, especially in certain locations, you got like certain people just want to be assholes and just fuck up your whole film. But even interviewing him, and then oh my god, the interview with Luck was hilarious,
I love Luck. He was funny.
dude. That's one of my homies. That's literally one of my childhood friends. We grew up with each other in the same neighborhood, and oh my god, everything we kept pulling, everything like throughout that whole interview when we were
Yeah,
talking,
it was all. I felt like you guys were going down memory lane,
we
which was
were.
sweet. It was sweet.
I
Yeah.
felt like that too. It was sweet, and after like this was after the podcast, we were still chatting it up, and we're gonna try to figure out a day to do a drunken cast with each other because it was just it was one, it was hilarious. Two, going down memory lane of everything we used to do and deal with and see, and how like he said it like he to this day he calls my mother mom when he sees her, and that's because growing up, and I said it too, and like growing up, all these kids saw my mother as mom, and my mother knows that my mother sees it. She knows she's a neighborhood mom. She knows all these little. She knows all these boys. She knows all their mamas and their daddies. But it's like, well, they call me mom because I feed them. They come to the crib. They play. I'd rather have them in my house than the street and get shot up. And that was when Logan Square was a piece of shit neighborhood at the time. But even when we were talking, it's like, damn, bro, I'm going down memory lane. I'm going down like when we used to hang out at each other's houses and play video games, or used to, oh my god, used to play football outside. When he brought that fact of us, I do remember my boy fucking up my hand in the middle of winter because it was the Bears. They lost that Super Bowl, but we were so hyped that it's fucking 8, 9 o'clock at night in the middle of winter. There's a snowstorm, not a major snowstorm, but there's snow, but yet we're in a parking lot of a bank playing football.
When did the Bears make it to the Super Bowl?
Oh man, it was early years.
2007.
Yep, I remember that. That was I was in high school. I remember that we all went out. Dude, it was like it was 8, 9 o'clock at night. We were all outside just playing, and then and the next morning we were all sick.
That's funny.
Oh my god, I remember that because all of us got bitched at by our parents. And
that was funny because you're gonna get a cold and you guys had to take off your clothes.
Oh my god! And sure enough, all of us got sick. All of us got yelled at our parents, talking about we're literally stripping them in our hallway, just stripping in. Because some of my friends lived in houses, some of my friends lived in apartments. So it was like we're literally stripping down to our undies in the hallway of your apartment or in the entryway of your house, like.
Yeah,
that's where you gotta take off your clothes because you're not coming to my house all soaked and wet.
that's hilarious.
Oh my god, I remember that because after that we didn't see each other for some time. Then when we did to go play again, we were playing. I think we played football again there. All of us said it. We all got sick.
It's funny because it was like, to me, it felt like you guys were talking about just like what it was like to grow up in Chicago or Logan Square, even if you want to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Because I was like. Because some of the stuff I was like, oh, okay, I remember, I could relate to, and some of the stuff I was like, you can't relate to because it's like you guys lived in a city, you guys like having a bank go from like something to Bank of America, like you can't find a parking lot in Los Angeles that's empty. Like even in the suburbs, there's always something going in somewhere, right? Even if it's at Starbucks. Like we had Starbucks in 2007, and people were like, "What's Starbucks?"
Yeah, bro. It was same thing with us when there was a Starbucks. The first Starbucks that came to Logan, it was like, "What the fuck is this place?" It's like a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
But it was LaSalle Bank, and that parking lot was always empty growing up. The only time it was full was during the weekdays, during regular working hours, and it wasn't even full. It was just a few cars, and then Once it became a Bank of America, that's when it went to shit. To this day, people randomly park their cars in there because I think they make deals with the because parking in Logan Square is just a piece of shit. It's not
They
a
make
great.
deals with like provide like other third parties and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
so they either talk to the bank manager and be like, "Hey, can we at a certain time can I park my car here, pay you for it?" I know that's one of the other people do around here. Any people with parking lots, whoever owns it, if it's privately owned or
Right,
owned by like a landlord, they'll make deals with them just so they could park, have a legit
right,
parking spot
right.
instead of paying like permanent, instead of paying for like permanent parking or anything like that. Um, but oh man, yeah, I definitely went down memory lane with him.
Yeah, I think we should keep April being artist highlights. We'll have to search pretty hard for next year, but I think we can do it because I think there's it was cool to watch him talk about or cool to listen to his story or
Yeah,
everybody's story, but it was also cool to realize like artists are just people, you know, and it's like
yeah,
I said to myself for my like everybody has a YouTube channel with Gmail, or you get to decide who you subscribe to.
yeah.
I only wanted to subscribe to like either people I met in person or like people I know personally, you
Yeah.
know, because I think there's so much good like content from people out there, and you just have to figure out a way to narrow it down somehow.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. A lot of people who I'm subscribed to, I my subscriptions has changed a lot from my youth, where it was always like the major head guys, like the like top YouTubers at those times. So like now it's just like on the top YouTubers I follow is very low numbers. Like I follow Philip DeFranco, Shane Dawson ever since he dropped his conspiracy theory series and all this addition it's not really much major. Some of the other people I follow are low end YouTubers who are just at either under 100,000 or slightly over 100,000 subscribers,
Yeah,
and I feel like those people pull out a lot of good content.
yeah, and I think that like having an opportunity to interact with those people, you have like a better shot. Like even well, I was listening, I was like, man, Tank doesn't need to like have Spotify or Apple Music because like he's just got a plethora of music he can like go tap into at any time, you know?
Oh yeah, like when after checking out some like my guys' songs, I was like, these guys are no joke. They're pretty fucking like some of them are good bangers. Some of them is like okay, you're following the mainstream, where other ones is like, okay, these are certain songs that you're not following mainstream. I could tell like this is more of a you need to put a mainstream hit out there just so you could get
Yeah,
noticed, but also you want to put the what's in your heart out here.
yeah, for sure.
And some of them are pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into our topic for today?
Let's get into our topic, Gasa.
So April was our artist showcase, if you will. We focused on artists, but what people don't realize, or like don't think of, I mean, people always think of this, but uh, for me, I think of April Fools. So
Of course.
Tank and I are just going to go through a few of our pranks that we have and have not pulled on folks, friends, family, everybody.
Unsuspecting victims.
Yeah, maybe ideas. If you got a tip, send it here. But I'll let you kick it off. What do you want to share?
I'll go ahead and share the one with you.
Oh yeah,
That ride we took to Vegas. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were in we pulled we leave LA and we're still in freaking Cali, but Mark pulls out because he needed to fill up some gas, and I think it was also a pit stop. You wanted to get something, a couple drinks or something like that.
Mhm.
So he goes into the store, pays for to pay for his gas and get something else. I have a bottle of water in the back seat. So once he's done filling up, we get in the car. And my prank was, I'm like, I gotta get this guy before he hits on the highway. I don't want him going 85 and I hit him with this prank. So I get a little bit of water from my bottle. I rub it on my hand because I didn't want it to be like a whole splash of water. I just wanted it to be like a sprinkle. So I rub it on my hands as if it was like freaking like lotion, whatever. And then, of course, I just sprinkle my hand. Not sprinkle, but I just like shove my hand real hard with my fingers pointing forward. And I went, achoo! But it was more of a much more compelling, much more.
It was a very good sneeze.
Yeah, it was more
But I didn't know this all the scientific details that went into
Yeah,
this thing.
I actually did it. I went, achoo! Just to make it sound more like, oh, that's a lot of liquid coming out of there. That's a lot of spray in there. So when I did that, it literally worked as planned. It sprayed him. We're at a stoplight. He ducks his head back and turns instantly facing me with these eyes of, I'm about to kill this motherfucker and bury his body in this desert. Nobody's going to find him. I'm laughing. And before he could say anything, I pulled up the bottle of water. And I told him, I just used water, bro. It was a prank. And he just switched from about to kill me. He goes, bro, that was real. He's like, bro, I thought that was real. That felt real. I'm like, I'm an older brother, bro. I gotta come up with some shit on the fly.
That was pretty good. I was not susceptible to that as an only child, so that felt very real, 100%.
I think even Lakin even jumped to the side or something like that. When you turned so hard and looked at me.
Yeah, I'm a jumper. I react very quickly, and can cause other people to freak out.
Yeah. How about your prank towards me with the car? How about you share that one?
What car?
Your old truck. The ignition trick.
Oh yes.
How about you share that with me and then share your other one and how you got other people with that?
Yeah. So I have gotten a few people with that one. Tank and I were driving. My Tacoma's old, and one of my car keys. It's like warped a little bit because of the age or the heat. So the ignition, when it is on, you can actually pull the key out of the ignition and the car will still be in the on position and you can still run it. And so I pulled it out very seamlessly, and I asked Tank to hold it for me, but I continued to drive. And it took him about 30 seconds before he realized what was going on. But then he was like, wait, what the...
I was like, yo.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I grab your key. I'm not even paying attention. I'm looking out the window. It's my first time going through the desert. And you did it like, yeah, you said it so seamlessly. Like, it was normal. Hey, Tank, can you hold this for me? I was like, yeah, sure. I grabbed it. I looked. I'm like, yo, something's fucked up with your key or something. And you're like, damn it, that's not the reaction I wanted.
Yeah, it was very, very underwhelming reaction. But
you did get a few other good people.
Freak out, yeah. Another good one that I'm.
Didn't you say you got one of your friends and she was just screaming?
Yeah, she flipped out. Because I gave it to her and she was like, "Oh no, the car's gonna blow up," or like whatever. And I was like, "Is it?" And I was like, "Should I put it back in?" I like played into it a little bit.
You give me ammo, I'm gonna use it, woman.
And then when I was trying to put it back in, I was pretending that it didn't fit back in. So I was like, "It's not working."
Oh man, that would have been a good one on my end if I would have used something like that.
Yep. So last year, there's a student. I won't say his name for confidentiality reasons, but
of course,
he's pretty mature,
mm-hmm.
and he thought it would be funny to prank the teachers, and I'm always on board with pranking the fellow colleagues. So we we made a buzzer. We made a sign and put it in front of the front door buzzer, and all it said was "Say your name aloud to be buzzed in." And this buzzer has a camera. So for about an hour, we put it up. We laminated it so it looked official with the logo. We sat there and watched people like say their name and mouth their name out loud before we let them in.
Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
It was pretty hilarious.
Oh man.
But yeah, so he got in trouble for that. I threw him under the bus immediately. And then that sort of started a prank war, if you will.
Oh Lord!
So then he put he made flyers and said, "Do your best Chewbacca impersonation. Winner gets $50 cash," and left my phone number. And then he left it in a bunch of public places around the school. So my voicemail got filled up pretty quickly. But what was funny is there were kids who were calling me, and I would answer the phone, and they wouldn't know what to say,
Yeah.
so they would just be doing Chewbacca impersonations. And so for about like a week, I was like, "What is happening?" Like, I had no idea.
Oh, I love that one. That's a good one. That's when you gotta change you gotta change your whole number.
Yeah. So, uh, but the best one I'm proud of is one we did together.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the company In and Out? They make great burgers
Oh yeah.
all over the Southwest. I took you there, multiple states, but so we got a set of bad burgers,
Mm-hmm.
and so we called customer service. We complained. This wonderful lady named Paige. Shout out to Paige, helped us out in the customer service department. Sent us gift cards to make up for the bad batch, and we wanted to say thank you, but we didn't want to say thank you in any way.
Yeah.
So we sent her a Steel Panther album, and like a CD. We shipped it from Amazon to the customer service at In and Out in Orange County with like attention Page from CS,
Yeah.
and we got a letter back from her boss. And it said, this is a word for word quote. She said, "Your confidence is invaluable to us," and I have never heard those words used in a sentence before. Like, what does confidence have to do with eating burgers? But that was single-handedly the funniest letter I've ever received in my life.
That's a good man. You sent them a Steel Panther. Oh
Yeah,
God.
you gotta thank your customer service representatives, guys. You gotta
Yeah.
figure out a way to do something.
Oh yeah, especially when they go off above and beyond for you.
Yep.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's a good one. Oh man, it's kind of hard to follow up. Some of the pranks I used to do man. So, like you said, growing up, you're an only child, but oh god, growing up with siblings, that's a whole other story. We would prank each other. Me and my siblings would prank each other like fucking either daily or weekly, and it's kind of like affected us in a way where we all kind of eat fast because when we were kids, there was always that my germs where when you lick your finger and stick it into their food.
That's disgusting.
Oh, dude,
so rude.
dude, we would eat like fucking inmates. We'll cover our food, just eat real quick. My mom would be pissed off because half the time we're choking.
That's so funny.
We used to do that to each other, man. But the major victim of our pranks was our mother. My brother, he should have been awarded. He should have been given the Prank of the Year award. My mother was preparing to take a shower. We were all gonna go out. I think we were family barbecue. Don't remember. It was a family event, but we're all ready except my mother. My mother is about to jump in the shower and get ready. So as my mother is getting on her things, she has the water running so that he could come out because it was cold water. So my brother decides, what's a good prank to get mama with? I'm gonna hide in the bathroom. My brother jumps into the bathtub with the water still running, but he's hiding. My mom yells at me and my sister, saying that she's about to get ready, and for us to look for my brother. Like, where the hell did he go? We're like, oh, he went outside. We're like, go get him. We're like, okay. We already knew what was in there because he looked at us and he did like, I'm gonna get mom. We're like, oh shit, here we go. He goes in the bathroom and now there's utter silence in the house. Me and my sister just real quiet, just listening, waiting. As soon as we heard the curtain open, all we heard was, ah! You motherfucker! My brother walked out with a bump on his head because my mother, out of reaction, punched him. Mind you, we're preteens at the time. My brother was 12, my sister was 14. My brother was 12, sister 14. I was 15, 16. Me and my sister are on the floor crying. We're laughing. My brother walks out. He is laughing, but saying ow at the same time. And we look at him like, wait, was it worth it? He goes, he's like, for every inch of this fucking bump it was.
That's
like
funny.
my mother straight decked him. And when my mother gets out the shower, She storms towards me and my sister. You motherfuckers know, and you didn't tell me. No. We went out looking for him. When we came back, we heard you scream. We didn't know what was going on.
That's funny.
Oh man, we used to have each other's backs, but then again, we used to prank each other. The usual trick, and I think it kind of put fear in all of us, was the apartment we all grew up in. One of the bathrooms had no windows, and that because of that, that bathroom was just complete darkness. Can't see anything.
Oh yeah.
So either we would hide in there to scare somebody, or the worst part, me, my brother, or my sister would lay on the floor in the bathroom and either reach our hands out to grab the person or go or do something creepy. Dude, it came to a point that every time us three would walk past that bathroom, we would like slow it down, look in there, and then keep going. Because it was like, this is becoming a bad habit.
This is becoming a bad habit.
Yeah, because all of us would do it. Now it's like, once we were getting ready to pass that bathroom, your heart rate went up a little bit because you're expecting one of your dumbass siblings to pop out and grab your leg or hiss at you or whatever. We did this to my mother many times, but the best one was, it wasn't even a prank. My brother was trying to prank me, but instead he got kicked in the face by an unlikely person. So my brother, our room was, when me and my brother shared the room, our room was past that bathroom. So no matter what, I had to walk past that bathroom. My brother knew I was in the kitchen making me something to eat. What I didn't know was, as I'm there, my brother's like, damn, he's taking forever. But then he heard footsteps. He thought it was me. It was my grandfather.
Uh-oh.
And my brother's still laying on the floor. So before my brother could jump, my grandfather walked in too fast for him to react and kicked my brother in his face. My grandfather turned on the light and in Spanish just yells at him, called him a dumbass and told him, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you laying on the bathroom floor? Kicked my brother in his whole face and his eye. All because when he stepped in, my brother walked out laughing, but also real pissed off. He was like, I'm like, what the hell happened? Why you got yelled at? He goes, I thought that was you coming down the hall. I was trying to scare you. But fucking Willow kicked me in the face. I'm like, that's what you get, dumb fuck.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's, man.
I think it's funny that your brother goes through all this pain.
Oh, he gets the most ass whoopings. Like, whenever any pranks come out, he's the one that gets physically harmed. He never fails. Like, he scares me. Either I punch him, kick him, whatever. My sister, same thing. All the reactions were always the same. Because like I said, he was just short stature and he always ran. Plus, he was fast runner, so it was like, this is my only chance to actually hit the fucker. But sometimes his plans backfired, which ended up in the result of him getting hurt.
So my only other question to these pranks is, when your mom opened the curtain, was she naked?
I'm pretty sure she was.
That's so terrible.
I'm pretty sure she was.
Oh man.
But oh man, it was just the pranks that we pulled on each other. It was some of it was good. Yeah. Some of the shit that we did, like not even my brother pissed off my sister by wearing her underwears and was running around the house with them and literally ripped them. His sister wanted to kill him. Some of the stuff that we all did to each other, pranks, be it with jumping out, doing scare pranks, or messing around with certain foods. When we used to have dogs, we actually found these dog treats that look like cookies. They actually look like the penny cookies, but they were chocolate chip. They're not really chocolate chip. We were handing them to our friends. Like, hey man, you want some cookies? They're pretty good. Like, yeah, sure. We're the fucking dog biscuits, and they're like, yo, this tastes weird. Yeah, bro, those are dog biscuits.
That's funny.
Oh man.
So in college, we were in some prank war, and it escalated to So I stole my friend's keys and moved his car without him knowing. Put the keys back. So he was he was unsuspectingly came out, thought his car was gone, flipped out for 20 minutes. Like was not even thought, didn't even think about it. Was just worried because his keys were in the same spot.
Yeah.
Uh, and then my friend finally told him after like 8 Snapchat videos later, like, no, it's okay, it's just a prank. And my buddy was so mad, like he couldn't even drive, couldn't even find the car, like he was just so pissed off.
Oh man.
But something else that I do that I just think is funny, and I think I've done this with you, is I just when cars are parked, I lift up their windshield wiper.
Yeah.
Just because, I like to think what goes through the person's head when they come back to their car. I'm like, why is this? Who would do this? So.
Matter of fact, I might start doing it to my girl. See what else she flips out. Because every time I go visit her, I know where she parks at. I think I'm gonna just start doing that and not tell her anything.
Yeah, do it, and then when she gets there, then be like, yeah, like don't you know, like people are doing that when they like are like casing you to like break into your car, like they're warning you. You gotta have a backstory.
Oh man, make up some shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just give her more of a heart attack or an anxiety. And know what's funny? She doesn't even listen to this podcast as much anymore. So it's like I'm hiding my prank in plain sight.
You need to listen to our podcast. We'll see if she heard that in the universe.
Oh man, but I did prank her once, and what was the first time I pranked her? I scared the hell out of her. I literally popped out of a corner. So I'm hiding behind a wall, and I hear her walking down the hallway, coming towards me. She's calling my name. So I left my room light on and everything, so she could think I'm in my room. So as she's literally coming towards my door, I literally turn real fast and hug her because I already know her reaction. So I turned around like, rah, and I hugged her, and she literally, as I'm holding her, she's like, ah, she's trying to like get away from me.
Wiggle.
Yeah, she's trying to wiggle out of my hug, and I'm laughing. I give her a kiss. I'm like, I love you. She's like, you motherfucker. I literally scared the little shit out of her, but I already knew what her reaction was. She was getting ready to punch me. Because I already seen her arms flail up. I'm like, going in for a hug.
So funny.
Oh, man.
That's a good. It's a good. Pranks are just fun, man. They are. They're a great time. You gotta have a good audience. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Wow, that was unplanned. Genuinely.
That was a real sneeze. No water.
That was a real sneeze. Yeah, that was a real sneeze. That's funny that I sneezed in this episode. Yeah, they're good. They're fun when you have a good group of people and a good, healthy back and forth.
As long as nobody's beating each other's ass afterwards.
Exactly. Which, in your brother's case, doesn't sound like he was successful at that.
No, well, sometimes he was, sometimes he wasn't. But either or, the guy still does his pranks. He still pranks the family every now and then. Nobody now just physically, unless it's my sister. My sister's the only one that just has loose hands and will just smack him upside his head. But he has gotten the family several times with certain pranks like, hey, when is the family getting together? I got an announcement to say. And we're like, holy shit. Now he's having us like, now he got the anxiety running.
Now he's got the anxiety flowing.
Yeah, the whole family thinking he's like, what he's talking about, It can't be that he's having a third kid. He already has the second one. What's going on? And literally like an hour and a half, me and my sister already knows. We're like, he's bullshitting. An hour and a half later of this built up suspense, he sends out the motherfucking Geico laser saying, I save a whole bunch of money. I'm switching my insurance to Geico. My mom and my aunts just wanted like to choke him. And
That's
me and
so.
my sister called it.
Um, what was it? I was gonna have a good. Oh, a last one. I saw. I used to live next to the movie theater in college, and so we saw. What was that one? Paranormal Activity 3,
Yeah.
and I saw it with like 5 girls and like a few friends. And so we were walking back to my apartment, and I opened the door, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him." So I keep all the apartment lights off, obviously, because
Yeah.
I was alone, or so I didn't nobody was there. So I opened the door, and I just screamed like my loudest scream, and at nothing, literally at
Yeah.
nothing. There was nothing there, and all the girls just like, I was like, ah, and just like ran away, and then. And then we lost this one girl, and she just like started booking it, and we were like, what do we do? So we had to like get in the car and like drive down like a couple blocks and like stop her physically, and we're like,
Yo, it's a prank.
take it easy. I don't even remember that girl's name.
Oh man,
Crazy.
that's a good one. But yeah, man, yeah, pranks are fun with a group of people, especially the right amount. And talking about pranks, not even pranks, but talking about dares. I still owe you that Korean barbecue dare, my friend. I'm sorry.
I see. 2 weeks. I gave you 2 weeks. I wasn't here. You let me down. Korean barbecue. I'm gonna start sending you places every day.
Until I go.
I took a bunch of pictures of random people and random heads at the Vatican, but that is okay. So I'm just gonna give you another one, and we're just gonna keep this thing going.
Okay.
My dare for you this week is gonna just be prank somebody.
Prank somebody.
In whatever definition you want. Yeah, since keeping it with the theme, keeping it rolling, and yeah, good luck. I hope it's not your mom. Don't. Oh yeah, that's my exception. It can't be your mom because she's a nice lady and I like her.
Yeah, plus she'll probably punch me in the side of the head. All right,
Yep.
I'll figure something out. Just gonna have to give me some time, especially that I'm gonna want to record it. So
Yes, I will give you an extension of the week for this one, but.
Okay. But
Barbecue has to be done for next week for you to get me back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, barbecue and prank. Got you.
Sweet. And you guys know what that means. We always end on our lovely dares back and forth. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This marks the end of April. In May, we'll have a brand new theme, brand new topics that we'll be going over and coming at you with. So stay tuned. Keep staying tuned. We appreciate all of you guys. Tank, any closing words?
Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.